There's a look at Carvana shares. Why are they down so much?
Oh my God,
the
David.
latest is a story from Bloomberg saying that Apollo and PIMCO are in a pact to prevent creditors from brawling over a potential bankruptcy here. In other words, these two very large creditors have gotten together, will act together in negotiations with the company. And so by acting together, they may be able to very much get what they want. Now, by the way, this is not Apollo, remember, last May, you can go back and see where the stock was. Actually, they put in $1.6 billion. They came in to buy almost half of a bond offering then. They accepted a yield of about 10.25%.
I think we got a halt right now, in fact.
And is it a halt on price or is it a halt on news?
Volatility.
Okay.
Pause.
Yeah. But there is an expectation here that bankruptcy could be coming,
and
obviously
put a lot of money
Apollo, and I reported this a few weeks ago. Apollo was very active in the bond market, buying up the debt of Carvana to try to put itself in an advantageous position in case of a bankruptcy, because of the $1.6 billion it had already purchased, obviously, that it shouldn't have, because it did so at a nice yield, but Jim, as you pointed out, they would have been better off putting it in B-REIT or anything else.
It should have been B-REIT,
And so, but by bulking up in the capital structure, they obviously put themselves in a more advantageous position with the potential bankruptcy filing. Stocks halted for volatility right now. We've talked a great deal about the pressures Carvana is facing, and we'll see. We've got an analyst out with a dollar price target today, so this is not a secret that this is a real possibility.
Jonas nailed this thing with that zero target.
Yeah, Adam Jonas at Morgan Stanley.
10 cent, 10 cent bear case.
10 cent bear case. He did a great job on that.
So that'll be the equity recovery.
And I've got to tell you, the Manheim Index came out again for used cars. They're back, starting to really fall in price. Used cars are very important in the different indices. And I think that people don't realize this outfit was, in many ways, who Hertz would dump cars to. That doesn't bode poorly for Hertz, because Carvana will still be in business, but in a new form.
In a new form.
Well, it's not going to be. It's not a Chapter 7.
No, of course not. By the way, they haven't said anything, and we don't want to. No, there's still another $4.50 left in the stock.
Right. I mean, they're a viable company. For all we know, they could pull out.
Well, they over-levered, though, and they made some poor decisions.
Too early to buy?
Excuse me?
Too early to buy it?
Too early to buy Carvana, yes.
In the meantime, as everyone gets negative, take the bellwether stock of this era, which is ServiceNow, because that's one that is a very good SaaS company, and it's up today, even though the breeding of negativity is endless. Endless.
Somebody sent me a picture of their Carvana tower on Twitter. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
There
is that the one in Philly?
I don't know. How many
Oh, my God, it's so great. It's filled with cars. It's a happy machine.
Your point, though, Jim, about ServiceNow, I mean, productivity, 0.8, prior 0.3. And that's with the layoff news we've gotten. We were going to mention it earlier.
Listen, we have things like Brown Forman that are down. Okay, it's down $3.60. Some of it's supply chain. Now, the numbers actually look ahead of me, but that's expensive. JDS, Jack Daniels, is expensive. And, people don't want... I'm saying that there's trade down everywhere. Now, I think the Brown Forman really wasn't nearly as bad as people think, but the stock is down pretty precipitously. But I just keep seeing what the Fed wants, and yet no one gives Powell credit for having it going in the right direction, because people can't handle any inflation at all. I mean, they'll say at Campbell's it's all made up by inflation. No, because what would happen if the product wasn't good enough, then people wouldn't buy it. Hormel didn't have these numbers. Hormel did not put up these numbers because in many ways people feel that Hormel's food isn't as good as Campbell's food.
Right. But you love Hormel. We know that.
No, I have to tell you, I made the hash on Friday, and I made the chili, and because I was having a fight with my wife. I said, listen, number one, let's just eat. I mean, it's going to be great. And she said, this has so much salt in it, I can't eat it.